season, they did not live up to anybody's expectations. If the Lakers were a restaurant, they'd have to go out of business. The service, the quality of food, the effort, it changed every night. That's the Lakers season. Is AD healthy? Not tonight. Oh, he is healthy, but he's not aggressive. Dennis Schroeder's amazing. Now, that was 2 nights ago. Tonight, he's terrible. Andre Drummond. Well, you can play him against this team. You can play him in this quarter. You can't play him in that team. LeBron's healthy now, but he has no juice tonight. How about Kyle Kuzma? Yeah, he's totally disappeared. You don't know what you're getting. The whole season was like a restaurant that you didn't know if it was hot food, cold, the service was good, the bathrooms were dirty. You got to close the restaurant. Actually, Phoenix is the opposite. As long as Chris Paul's like 80% healthy, you got the same thing every night. You got Chris Paul's toughness and intelligence and leadership. You got Devin Booker's offensive brilliance. Jay Crowder, the 3-and-D guy, you get his toughness. You got DeAndre Ayton's athletic ability and size. Every time you go to that restaurant, you know exactly what you're getting. That one stays open, 4 stars. Now, the Lakers' ceiling is higher, but how many times did they hit it this year? 4? In this series, they had one great quarter. It was the third quarter of Game 2. It was the best quarter they played. It was the best quarter any of these teams played in the whole series. And they had about a really good game and a half. But you never knew what you were getting with the Lakers. As long as Chris Paul's 80%, this is why the Suns finished as a second seed. You know what you're getting. They're a really good basketball team. Well-coached, play hard, leadership, offensive brilliance. Now, the good news for the Lakers, you can move almost everybody. Kyle Kuzma's contract, you can move it. Dennis Schroeder's free agent, he won't be back. Andre Drummond, not under contract for the Lakers. Montrezl Harrell, he was in the doghouse. He's done. The bad news for the Lakers, AD and LeBron are coming back. Because right now, LeBron does not have the juice on a nightly basis. And Anthony Davis, when he's in the mood to be aggressive, is he capable of playing? You know, I was watching before the game last night. I'm watching him practice, and I'm like, they're showing the video, and I'm like, this is, no. Now, even if he can play a little, he's not playing long, and he's not playing Game 7. And then a couple minutes into the game, you know, he's in pain. You got to take him off the floor. Charles Barkley, you know, I know the Laker fans think the good news and the bad news, they're actually all the same. Kabloom is probably the best answer. Charles Barkley last night.
You should never be hurt early in your career. Like I always told people, from 22 to 32, you're Superman. And then, obviously, age and all the games take their toll. For him to always be hurt, he's doing something wrong. And at this stage of LeBron's career, Anthony Davis is going to have to be the best player on that team if they're ever going to be good again. LeBron, at some point, and age is starting to catch up with him, too. There's no that he's going to just keep playing great for eternity. It's not going to happen. But at this stage of Anthony Davis' career, he should be the best player on that team.
But you can't trust his health. This morning, Laker fans are trade everybody. Actually, I'd consider trading AD. But like Joel Embiid, that market is shrinking. As a general manager, I would struggle to inherit the next 4 years of AD's contract. I don't know what I'm getting. I'd take a lesser player who's healthy. I mean, what big change are you going to make? What big swooping change? Steph Curry. Why would Steph Curry tie himself to this? Steph Curry could go play with Luka. Steph Curry could go play with Giannis. Why would I tie myself to this? He could go play with Jimmy Butler. Why would I tie myself to this? Well, what about Dame? Dame's getting frustrated like crazy in Portland. His guys can't stay healthy. His guys aren't dependable. So, listen, LeBron, LA is just more of what we've seen. LeBron has won championships in now 3 different cities. 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland, and 1 in Los Angeles. And what do they all have in common? He never wins the first year. Takes him about a year. You always think he probably should have won at least 1 more in the city he should have been in. And they end sooner than you think they should end. Miami was like, poof, it's over. Wow, it just started. Cleveland, boom, he's gone again. Los Angeles, the winning title stage for LeBron and the Lakers, it's over. It's amazing, but it's over. There's not going to be a pandemic to give LeBron and AD 4.5-month hiatus. That's a once-in-a-lifetime strange break for a franchise, for a brittle guy and an old guy. 2 in Miami, 1 in Cleveland, 1 in LA. It's amazing. Let's celebrate it. But LeBron came to Los Angeles for 50% basketball and 50% business. He's already talking about Space Jam. Let's talk about Dame. Now, we all love Dame. I used to work in Portland, know the city well, know its history well. And stop me if you've heard this before. Portland is out in the first round. Okay. Dame's amazing, but and he's loyal. But after last night, he dropped an interesting Instagram post. Kids love Instagram. Basically quoting the late, great Nipsey Hussle, how long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meets preparation? Now, first of all, I worked in Portland, and I have sympathy for this franchise. In the history of not only the NBA, but professional sports, there has never been a franchise that has been snake bit like the Blazers. Let's talk about that for a second. Bill Walton is arguably the greatest college basketball player of all time, UCLA. Bill Walton was, you can go ask historians, may have been the greatest college basketball player. They get him in Portland, and they win one title. He falls apart physically. What a bad break. They draft Sam Bowie. Go YouTube Sam Bowie. He was 20 years ahead of his time. He was 7'4", pull up for a bank shot on a fast break in the angle. Sam Bowie was insane. You'll watch Sam Bowie video on YouTube. He's 20 years ahead of his time. Goes to Portland. Boom. Legs fall apart. Okay, we got a couple bad breaks, but that's enough. We're never going to... Brandon Roy. They get Brandon Roy. Great player. Great player. Cartilage, knees, rubs, early retirement. What? Had like 9 years all-star left. Okay, this cannot happen again. Greg Oden, monster center. The next great center falls apart physically. I don't blame Portland for any of those. I don't even blame them for not drafting Michael Jordan. They had Clyde Drexler, who's another one of the greatest college players I've ever seen, played the same position as Michael. I don't even blame him for that. And Bowie was unbelievable. I don't blame him. Snake bit 4 times. And then Dame Lillard happens. Loyal, tough, one of the greatest offensive guards in the history of the planet. You get everything. He doesn't miss games. He is clutch. He is tough. He is loyal. You hit the super lotto with Dame. But this is not bad luck. This is bad GMing. 8 years, you can't get him a number 2. I'm not saying it's easy. Mark Cuban could never get Dirk a number 2. I'm not saying it's easy. But you've been trying to convince us Nurkic, CJ McCollum, good players, like them both. Love them on my roster. They're not 2s. Norman Powell now. I hear Norman Powell. Got to get Norman Powell back. He's not a 2. He's probably a 4 in a championship team, maybe a 3. Nobody's more snake bit. I got great sympathy. Walton, Bowie, Oden, Brandon Roy. This is on the team. You got to take a big swing. And you've been trying to convince Blazer fans and convince everybody this guy's a 2 and that guy's a 2. No, they're not. Milwaukee tried to do that nonsense with Chris Middleton. I banged on that for 2 years. Chris Middleton's a good player. Love to have him. He's a 3. On a great team, he's a 4. On a potential championship team, he's a 3. You were trying to sell me Chris Middleton's a 2 for years. I kept saying, nonsense. He's a 19-point-a-game guy, can hit big shots. Love him on my team. CJ McCollum, Nurkic, not it. Old Mello, not it. Covington, not it. Norman Powell, not it. Take a big swing. Because Denver was missing Jamal Murray and Will Barton, 2 of their starters, out first round. Here's Dame after.
I don't know what a shakeup looks like or what changes will be made or could be made. But obviously, as is, it wasn't good enough. We came up short against a team without their starting point guard and shooting guard, and we came up short. So obviously, where we are isn't good enough to win a championship if it's not good enough for us to get out of a first round series with two of their best 3 or 4 players not on the floor.
I'll defend Portland forever. They got a spot in my heart. Nobody got worse breaks. Nobody.